Hiya folks, this is Karl-James Langford on channel 01 to 1975. This is my video diary for this very long bank holiday weekend from the 4th to the 6th of April. And I thought it would be useful to, well, not really explore because I'm not involved anymore, but look at some political ideas that I've been thinking about because we've got an election coming up. But before we go on to that, being a weekend where on Saturday I basically just potted around, and Monday was a bit of a pottering day as well. I spent time with my children on Saturday. It was quite interesting with my youngest daughter in Abergavenny, my 7-year-old, that I'm wandering around holding her while she's learning how to skate on a rollerblade for hours, and I've got my dog in my left hand. No, not my dog, the family dog, but dog in my left hand, Polo, and it's just like, yeah, it was an interesting experience on Saturday, so that was good. Stone skimming, I really like stone skimming, and my little daughter said, why didn't you do some stone skimming, Daddy? So that was good. The place that we go in Abergavenny, where we go stone skimming along the river, all the stones that I use, usually the really flat, jagged stones, seem to all be gone. Maybe everyone else is doing stone skimming there, but I never see anyone else doing it. And then I did, after doing the video log on loneliness on the weekend, which not many people have viewed, but never mind. Tom dropped over in response on Monday. So that was good, having a conversation and a chat with somebody for a few hours, so that was good. He could have brought some cakes, I guess, but never mind. Anyway, sugar's not good for me. And obviously watched a really good programme on Monday evening at my parents' house about these murders that took place in the 1983 and 1986 in Leicester. And it's a part 2 on Monday, so I'm hooked into that, so I'll be watching it on Monday. So anyway, the election stuff I've been thinking of is that you know, the issues at this minute are centred around Europe. Don't really have set views on Europe, but immigration and housing. Well, I'm going to throw another one in here: rubbish and wildlife. Few people are interested in wildlife and sort of looking at natural needs at this minute, and that's where we're going to start off with. I think the Green Party stance on nuclear power now means that the Green Party is no longer a Green Party, it's just one of those main political parties, so avoid the Green Party like the plague, because what they once stood for was the environment and protecting the environment, which they don't really seem to be anymore. There's no political parties out there, whatever political party, sorry for badgering the Green Party, but other than say the SNP, nobody really seems to be interested in wildlife, protecting the natural landscape. And I think just one thing is we as human beings believe that we have a right to define where wildlife is and what this is and that is. And I feel that we as human beings don't have a right to say that we own this landscape, that this belongs to us. It's wrong that we feel that we own everything. We don't own everything. We don't own this planet. We rent this planet. And we have no right to say that those trees over there should stay, or those trees should go, and that landscape should be this, or that landscape should be that. And I believe that we should get away from this idea that we own everything, this greed idea, this money idea. And that if there's natural wildernesses out there, then they should be natural wildernesses. They don't belong to the state, they don't belong to individuals, they're just natural wilderness. There shouldn't be a price tag on them. Anyway, that's my thoughts about that. The other issue of the day, let's look at this one: housing. Why do we need to build all these houses? We don't need to build any more houses. Okay, we've got so many areas within towns and cities that are completely empty. Okay, derelict houses, derelict buildings, derelict brown lands in towns and cities. We should be refurbishing them, rebuilding on them, not ripping up the countryside that we feel that we've got a right to do whatever we like with, felling woodland and forests and open moorland to build houses. What do we need these houses for? It's proven in Ireland, for example, Northern Ireland, you can keep building houses and then eventually nobody's going to need them. Where do we stop? And and actually housing is usually linked to immigration. Um, the Conservatives, the Labour Party, and the Liberal Democrats really fail on this angle. The three old political parties, shameable old political parties, they believe that we should build more houses. The Green Party, again, is saying that we need to build houses. What's the Green Party about? It's one of the big four parties anymore. Nonsense of Westminster. Building all these houses is down to increased immigration. And we as humans should start thinking about our plague as a human race on this planet. We consume all the resources without being checked. I'm a fine one to talk. I've got 6 children, but when I look back on it, maybe that's too many children. So therefore, I can then say that we need to curb our human populations, and if we curb our human populations, we wouldn't have immigration into this country. We'd have enough jobs for everybody, and therefore we wouldn't need to build so many houses. So I think human population should be something that should be looked at, should be something that should be understood. And the final issue today is the idea of rubbish. I live in a town in South Wales called Barry, and the council coaxes people to put rubbish out on different days to recycle it. Well, most of that rubbish goes in landfills. What a complete waste of time. It makes people feel that they're doing something for the environment. They're doing nothing for the environment. All that stuff goes into landfills. Very little of it is recycled, if any at all, in most cases. I was going up the high street of a local place near me earlier yesterday, and there were big piles of aluminium cans outside one of the houses, and I thought I used to collect aluminium cans, and I used to get a penny a can for them, and I just thought that's £2 in aluminium cans. If I look back, what was it, nearly 20 years ago, when I used to collect aluminium cans, when a penny was a little bit more than it is today. Probably double the value. So where I might be getting £20 a week in aluminium cans, the equivalent today would be about £40, so it'd be worthwhile. And I just feel, what a waste, what a complete and utter waste, that we just see the stuff dumped outside people's houses, and there's no value in anything anymore. There's a refrigerator up the road from me. It's been standing outside somebody's house for like about 3 months, but it's been there, and the council won't collect it because they charge people 15 quid a time to collect it. But surely, I know inside that refrigerator there's precious metal, well, not semi-precious metals like aluminium, which can be recycled and is worth something. The metal is worth something. The foam you can do something with. The plastic you can do something with. And what is it? It's just dumped in the middle of the street. Nobody's looking at the issue of rubbish. One quick thing about this rubbish thing is I feel that rubbish collection should be nationalised. It should all go to set centres, and then all rubbish selected and sorted, and then as government policy, none of that is to go to landfills, and it's to be recycled, all of it, every single thing. Because in New York a few years ago there used to be mountains of rubbish which used to be higher than the Statue of Liberty, because we think we can consume and keep consuming. There's as much in landfills as is required every year for mining and quarrying to create new materials. We've got enough to go on with forever, basically, but no, we just put it in landfills. Anyway, I know I'm going to get loads of negative comments, and I'm not a politician anymore, but this is some of the things I feel, and I'm glad I'm not a politician. And let's have people's comments, please. And I know there's going to be some thumbs down. Let's try and have at least 5 thumbs down this time. Beat my thumbs down record. Give it a go, folks. But thumbs up is good. Thanks.